and during the colonial times in certain places. You know, the reason that the Quakers got wealthy was because they had, I don't know if you know this story or not, but when there were relatively new settled areas of European folks forming the colonies in the early states, there weren't a lot of rules. And so if you went into a store, you know, nowadays we expect the price on the shelf to match what you're charged at the registry, the register, and that's actually regulated. They're not allowed to put one price on the shelf and then charge you something different when you get to the cash register.
Right.
But when there was no regulation and it was sort of much more wild west kind of situation economically, people, you know, there might be one or two stores in a town, and it turned out that because the Quakers had an ethic that you never overcharged anybody, that they were the stores that people would go shop at, and they were the stores where if you needed to send your kid down for a gallon of milk, so to speak, you sent them to the Quaker store because you knew that even your 10-year-old child would not get taken advantage of in terms of the pricing. And that kind of ethic, you know, people complain about regulation. Well, part of the place that regulation comes around is because folks are unethical. Whereas if you understand, you know, Quakers understood that by being ethical and doing the right things, that they would build up a loyal
following.
Yes, I was going to say clientele, but yes, exactly. And so there's a way in which we've I think that in some ways it's the thing that worries me the most about folks like Trump is that they create this sense for people that, oh, if you lie and you cheat and you steal and you're completely about yourself, you get ahead. And that somehow is some sort of social benefit to that. And it's very devastating. I worry about the image that creates for our kids and especially for young adults who are in an economy you can't get ahead and they feel like it's all their fault on the one hand. And on the other hand, you have this as a model? Pretty horrifying. So I don't know, but I think that we've got all this ability to be models for each other and to exemplify a different kind of humanity. And we've got to get together and insist upon it from those who purport to be leading, but we also need to expect it from each other. I'm always surprised these days how much people won't say to somebody, oh, your tire looks like it's flat. You know, that we're not helping each other out in little ways or holding each other accountable in little ways. I don't know if we've decided that it's too dangerous to communicate with somebody else like you're in it together or not. But I'm surprised the number of times someone will say to me, oh, so-and-so, you know, they I don't even know what it is, you know, they need a shower. And I'm like, so did you say something to them? And they're always like, oh, no, I didn't. I'm like, what world do you live in? Like, we're all stuck with each other. Like, why wouldn't you just say something? So I don't know. There's some way in which we've lost, you know, it's the adult version of the kids in the street getting yelled at by any adult when they do something wrong. You know, it's like we've forgotten that we're all in it together somehow.